Good morning, my friends. What is up? What is up? Burnsy is really enjoying his Jello box there. Burnsy loves Jello. So if there's anyone watching who's a rep from the marketing department at Jello, Burnsy's looking for a sponsorship. So what's up, everyone? How's it going this morning? We're doing some donation bonus leagues today. We got 2 on tap for you, and we got this first one. Skred Aggro for just Wiggles. Want to say hi to everyone in chat. We got Million Little, we got MN, Catchy Plane, Tyrone, we got fellow streamer Bruce Spy, the Magic Guy. We got Simon, we got tons of people in chat. Succulent, Ninja, Colt, Tyrone. What's up, everyone? How's it going? And like I said, 2 donation bonus leagues today. This is where we're starting, and this deck has a lot of interesting stuff going on. So pluses and negatives. So this is a deck submitted by Just Wiggles. Donation bonus leagues are open again, as you can clearly see because you're watching one now. Information on that is in chat. You can see that. I'll put the little links in there. And so we have sort of a hybrid here of, what looks like a burn deck and a Skred red deck. And that gives us, there's kind of pluses and minuses, so we're looking at a creature base of Grim Lavamancer, fairly common. Bomat Courier, which has seen a little bit of play in Modern, in like some of the more creature-heavy burn decks. And then we got some former standard staples in Stromkirk Noble, and which can't be blocked by humans, which is pretty cute. Humans very good. And Figure of Destiny, standard stalwart, but not really a big modern card. We got a new sub. We got Magorian. Magorian, what's your name? Where you from? How long you been playing Magic? Favorite card of all time? Favorite deck of all time? Most important, what's your name? Where you from? Puppy name, please. We got standard stalwart. Currently, Kari's Dev Skyship Raider. Also not really a super powerful standard card. Kargan Dragonlord. Another like Figure of Destiny-esque mana-intensive creature. And Countryside Crusher. This is a card that never really caught on in full. Occasionally saw play in like loam decks and stuff like that. It says at the beginning of your upkeep, reveal the top card of your library. If it's a land, you put it in the graveyard and do it again. And whenever a land goes into your graveyard from anywhere, it gets +1/+1. It's obviously good with fetch lands and stuff, but the reality is this is a 3/3 for 3 for the most part. This card's not particularly good. Not really a big fan of that one. So we have kind of this creature base, and we have the usual like Lightning Bolt. We're also playing the kind of Skred package of Skred, which is obviously good with snow lands. Deals 1 to a creature for each snow land in play. And we have Blood Moon. Note our 3 mismatched Blood Moons to tilt our opponents off, making this definitely a Blood Moon deck. The problem here is that there's some disconnect. We're sort of mashing the 2 decks together. Whenever you're building a deck that is similar to another deck or decks in the format, you need to ask yourself sort of why you're doing that, and are you gaining a competitive advantage over the deck or decks that you are similar to. So in this case, again, the decks we're similar to are Burn on one side and kind of a Skred red deck on the other, like the Blood Moon, Skred, kind of mid-range Blood Moon deck. And on the Burn side, we're definitely a lot slower than Burn. We have some Lightning Bolts and Searing Blazes and some aggressive creatures, but there's no doubt we're slower. Our 1-drops like Stromkirk Noble is just not great. Kargan Dragonlord takes a little while to get going. We're not super fast. And in that way, this deck is worse than Burn on a strictly Goldfish scale. Is it more interactive? Yes. Is that worth it? We're not sure, because the other half is our Skred half, where we're sort of like a Blood Moon, snow-covered basic, Skred deck. The problem with this is that we're not running the top-end threats the Skred deck usually runs. Chandra, Torch of Defiance, Koth of the Hammer, Stormbreath Dragon. So we're sort of going like 1-drop, 2-drop Blood Moon, when typically Skred decks want to go interact Blood Moon, or even cast Blood Moon on turn 2 if possible. Also, there's some dyssynergy here with our fetch lands, because while fetch lands are very good with Searing Blaze and Grim Lavamancer, They're also very bad with Blood Moon and Skred. So if we go turn 3 Blood Moon with our snow-covered mountains in play, and we draw 2 fetch lands, those fetch lands are now mountains that are not snow-covered. So there's some tension there too. So my initial impression is, I obviously, in these donation bonus leagues, I give the pre- and post-game deck techs. And we're going to play a whole league with this deck and get a feel for it. My initial impression is that we're a little too disjointed on both sides. We're playing a few cards that just don't seem totally up to snuff. And I think that we're kind of stretched in 2 different directions. And that's going to make us suffer because we're kind of like an all-in-one printer. We're not really a great printer or a great scanner. We kind of can just do both things. And that's not really a recipe for a great product. So I do think there's some potential here. My initial impression is I almost would like to see this deck go bigger and possibly be some sort of like Nykthos fueled deck. If you want to play cards like Figure of Destiny and Kargan Dragonlord, a card like Nykthos to actually really pump the mana into it, you got to do something broken in Modern. Yeah, you got to do something that's kind of unfair. You got to really push some sort of element in Modern to really push it over the top. And we're sort of lacking that. So something like that could be cool. I'm not really sure, but we're going to jump in and battle and see how it goes. I have some big concerns here, and we'll see if those concerns are warranted. Let's go. Good morning. Good morning. What's up, everyone? Magnorian is Sam from Denver. Sweet. Playing since its invasion, about when I started. Favorite card is Croesus the Purger. That's sweet. Favorite deck would be an old school Saproling deck with coat of arms, puppy name Mogul. Sweet. Sam, thanks for the sub. Appreciate that very much. Yeah, I got you guys with the mismatched Blood Moons. You like that? How's that feel? Does it hurt you inside? Good. Get hurt. Mismatched Blood Moons. I specifically got the mismatched Blood Moons just for you and you and you, because I knew it would piss you off. Mowgli. Oh, Mowgli from the Jungle Book. I was thinking Mogwai. So I was like, did you mistype Mogwai? But Sam, I appreciate it. Thank you. All right, let's roll here. I mean, this is looks like a good end. See, if they're playing Storm right off the bat, I'm worried because we don't really interact with that very well. Any thoughts on Skred Red running the new Sarkhan? Todd Stevens built that deck. He gave it to someone, and me and Ross were dumbfounded that it won the Classic in whatever Open it won the Classic at. I don't think that deck's particularly good, but Big Monkey, I have a really bad memory, unfortunately. It's a bad market for me to be in with a bad memory, but as a side note, while waiting for the Searing business to resolve, I have a lot of cool things coming up. I did a podcast with, I was a guest on the Cedric Phillips podcast with Todd Anderson, and I believe that's going to go up tomorrow before the Pro Tour. Really fun to record, like an hour and a half show. Lots of fun. I love Cedric. I love Todd, and that was really, really fun. Also, something very special in the pipeline on StarCityGames.com involving me. I'm not really going to talk about too much, but that's the teaser we can give you. Aside from my usual YouTube and articles and streaming and stuff. Laposaurus says, what's the best way to deal with Nexus of Fate if you're trying to mill someone? Only answer I can think of is Syncopate, making sure they never get Omniscience on board. Nexus of Fate if you're trying to mill someone. I'm not sure offhand, honestly. Alright, so this is pretty great for us. We get this Searing Blaze here, which feels great. Again, though, if this was a Goblin Guide, I'd be a lot happier at the moment, you know? Morning, C2. Good morning, everyone. Pro Tour is tomorrow. It is team constructed, the same format as the SCG Tour. One Legacy player, one Modern player, one Standard player. Wrote my article last night. My Pro Tour predictions article I write every Pro Tour. I'm pretty happy with my predictions. That'll go up tomorrow morning. Basically, when the Pro Tour starts, that article will go up. So that's gonna be sweet. Another new sub. We got Nymphomancer. Nymphomancer, what's your name? Where are you from? How long have you been playing Magic? Favorite card of all time, my favorite deck of all time. Most important, what's your name? Where are you from? Puppy name, please. Stick says you got to get me on the Pro Tour. I mean, I've played lots of Pro Tours in my career. My last Pro Tour, mostly in like the late 2000s. Once I started, I actually played in basically every Pro Tour from like 06 to 09. And then I basically quit playing Magic to go back to school. Then slowly got back into the SCG Tour, or back into Magic via the SCG Tour, and now I just do mostly that. So I rarely play events that would qualify me for the Pro Tour. My last Pro Tour was Pro Tour Aether Revolt, which is in Dublin. That was a lot of fun, and I recently lost essentially the finals of the RPTQ for this Pro Tour with Frank Scarron and Andrew Jessup. We lost in top 4, which sucks. So I would have been playing in this Pro Tour, if we had won that match, but c'est la vie. What's up, Wiggles? We're rolling. Welcome. I'm glad you can make it. Nymphomancer is Ray from California, playing in the 7th edition. That's when I started. Do you have the foil Thorn Elemental? Favorite card, Mind Moil. Favorite deck is Grishol Brand. And happy birthday to Weiros. Everyone say hi to happy birthday. Say hi and happy birthday to Weiros. I have a degree in English and writing from Stony Brook University. What's a sea wolf? Sea wolves. I'm not a big fan of team events. I think they're really fun once in a while, but I'm pretty sick of them. I also don't like how it skews the results. Again, like the example I give is a pretty down home one. My teammates Brendan DeCandio, Ross Merriam, and Tannen Grace almost won an Open this year. They lost the finals, and Brennan's standard deck was unplayable. He went 1-5 on day 2, and everyone would have thought that was the deck that won the tournament if they had won. I chose to play Crusher over Dragonlord. It's just a faster clock, and if they go mana creature and then kill me this turn, so be it. So top card is Stromkirk Noble. Alright, so opponent has 6 spells in hand, which is bad for us. Our clock is reasonable. Maybe 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. We do have 11 right now, but they would definitely block the figure with the Brawl. So I'd rather just get the guaranteed damage in. I mean, they miss a land drop. We probably just killed them next turn. So we're just going to Skred. Attack for 5 and kill them next turn. Well, Stick, I appreciate that. Yeah, SCG Tour is preferable to basically every Wizards offering except for the Pro Tour itself. The problem is the path to the Pro Tour involves playing in terrible Grand Prix and annoying PPTQs and stuff. So basically, we just have to not die. It doesn't really matter what we do otherwise. So Big Ben says, I'm going down to SCG Columbus in October. It's going to be your first team event. Any advice? Have fun, focus on learning, and play with people you can trust. Play with people who are going to be, okay if you lose, happy if you win, and people you trust, to do good and stuff. And just be really positive. Do not, if someone says, what's your record in a tournament in round 4, and your team is 3-1, do not say, but I'm 4-0. You're a team. You live and die as a team. Your record is with the team, and hopefully we don't die here. The move is currently on hold. So discuss that a little bit. There's information on it in chat. I'm not going to discuss too much further than that. But we're not very happy about it. But it is what it is. So I'll be pretty amazed if we die here. Going off of 3 lands and no mana creature is pretty insane. But it looks like we might. So Waka Waka. This is a donation bonus league. This is Just Wiggles' Skred Aggro deck. I mean, they have Past in Flames, but They don't have any blue mana. And the storm count's only 8. Unless they have... I guess if they have a Grape Shot, they can Grape Shot, Flashback, Past in Flames. Oh my god, they have literal exact 19 damage. That is so sick. GSL versus the world? What is that? I don't think cutting them off Shivan Reaver matters. That's just... maybe I miscounted. It was actually... Alright, it wasn't exactly. It was more, but... Mangorian, thanks, my friend. Yeah, it is what it is. We're dealing with it, but... Alright, well... I mean... We couldn't actually interact, and we didn't kill them until turn 5, so... It's not surprising that we died here, unfortunately. Boo Storm, I agree. So unfortunately, not many options we have. We didn't really have much to do there. We kind of just played our cards and died. You have to bring in some hate cards in Grafdigger's Cage and Damping Sphere. We're going to want the Searing Blaze. We're going to cut the Skreds and the Dismember. I guess Blood Moon's bad too. Oh my god, we have a lot of bad cards here. Alright, well, we're cutting Blood Moon. I guess they're playing Fetchless. We could cut them off blue. That's ridiculous. They have almost no reason to use Shivan Reef. They had an island and a red source. I guess they drew one of them, but... Alright, yes, we have to cut the Blood Moons, unfortunately. Not a lot in the sideboard of this matchup. Sideboard, I'm a little unhappy with, too. Again, one of the important things to remember, folks, is this is a donation bonus league. This is a list that was submitted to us as a donation. And donation bonus leagues, the goal is always learning, growth, and improvement. You know, obviously not everyone has the same card choices as you, and so on and so forth. And people might be less experienced in a format, or might try certain cards or whatever it is. So we always keep a positive attitude and a positive air. I don't think that one of the elements is very good. Card's super sweet. Like, this card's awesome. But Dismember better than Skred? On the play, the life might matter. Skred for Dismember. I think the life could definitely matter. Honestly, both cards are really bad. I guess I could buy it if we just are mana. We just get stuck on 2 lands or something. Sure. Alright, I'll buy that. "212 says, funny you say that, Jim. An RPTQ happened here a few months ago with the local team going 3-3. The red player went 6-0, the Stompy player went 2-4, and the blue-white player went 1-5. Red player hit all his best matchups all day, went around saying his team let him down and that he carried them. Team events do bring out interesting personalities, to say the least. Yeah, don't be that person." Hammer of Perforos better than Wand. I think you don't want to play either card. Anything for empty? Just kill them. Alright. Well, now you have a hate card at least. That's nice. So, we have a hate card, answer to a creature. Stromkirk Noble, turn 1 on the play, is actually a pretty fast clock. Also can't get blocked by Baral, which is cute, so... We're going to try and time this Grafdigger's Cage around turn 3. Try and play at the turn before they can go off, so all their Serum Visions and stuff are set up without the gauge in mind. Scry goes bottom on the Visions. Scalding Tarn's not bad. Yeah, we're going to rip off Kari's Zev here. Again, both these creatures feel somewhat underpowered, so... Cage makes it so they can't flash back their Past in Flames. Thanks for following. If you haven't followed the stream, hit that follow button, of course. Welcome. Watching on YouTube. Make sure you follow on there, too. does feel a little like a cube draft deck. Play a creature. If we can go Searing Blaze and create Cage this turn, I would like that. But all right, so they went bottom in the first Serum Visions. Let's see what this one does, and we're gonna decide how happy we feel they are with their hand. This one went bottom top. And then no other cantrip. So we kind of want to leave up Searing Blaze and cast the Cage. Let's get in. See what they do. I think that it's not likely we die next turn, but it's definitely possible. The fact that they didn't play another cantrip means their hand is all rituals, creatures, or gas. Unless they have Opt, which is not super common. Eidolon's very good. Alright, so we get to Cage fetch line. Our clock here is fast enough. We're dead. They're dead in 2 turns basically, and we have Searing Blaze and Lightning Bolt. So Who 212 says, what made you swap to Modern Wizards? Just trying new things, or think it's in a good spot right now? My name's not Jeff. That was Jeff Hogan playing Wizards, not me. We could have end-step bolted there, but I think this is fine. I think we're just going to hold up over the next 2 turns. Nah, I was a human. Oh, no. That sucks. That buys them a lot of time. Yeah, I top 8 of the open playing humans. Humans. That buys them like an entire turn. It's kind of a tilt, but alright. We can see here we don't have enough cards to take out, unfortunately, so. Yep. Militia Bugler is not... It's not like I was playing Bugler humans. I was just playing humans. Militia Bugler is a fixture in the deck. It is insanely good. Teach me human. Yes, yes. I was very... Matthias and Ryan Overturf apologized to me on Sunday night. We were all out, like, you know, playing pool and at the bar and stuff, and foosball and all sorts of cool stuff. And they apologized to me for not making a Teach Me Human pun on coverage. My band's called Teach Me Human, and obviously I was playing humans, and it would have been a great like segue. Nah, 212, no worries, my friend, no worries. I mean, we have no way to really interact here. We're kind of just sitting here. We have a Cage in play. We have a Bolt or a Searing Blaze for a creature. We are attacking for 4 next turn, so we are 1 short of lethal, unfortunately. Yep. Bugle, bugle, bugle. Human. Hugh Jackman. I believe I have a Warwick base. I'm not a tech person at all. I played an Ibanez base that my buddy Brian sold me. I used to play guitar. When I started playing bass in my band with Brian, he just sold me his old bass. It was an Ibanez something or other. And then he sold me his Warwick bass when this band started. So I just play whatever bass I'm given. I'm not really a big tech person. My amp is just like an Ampeg piece of crap something. Alright, so we're I mean, they have 7 tokens. Unfortunately, they're goblins and not humans, so our Stromkirk Noble is kind of bad, but Kari's have attacks through them pretty well. We're honestly probably gonna just bolt one of them and just get in. Play Crusher, You can make Crusher a 4/4 immediately, and then we're guaranteed to draw land. Yeah, nice job, chat. Nice Skred. But we're not losing the race at this point. These 7 tokens are not going to kill us. So we're going to probably dismember a token, actually. As much as that kind of sucks, but Crusher guarantees we're not drawing any lands for the rest of the game, which is cool. I'm just gonna fire in. We'll just trade some stuff off. I mean, they're at 8, you know. If this ends up being like a weird grape shot, that's fine. Karzev has menace and first strike. The monkey doesn't matter. This is gonna die. Let's trade it off. Whatever. Crusher's big enough to try and kill them. They have to go for like a huge block on the Karzev to actually kill it. I mean, this is just a bad block at its first strike. One of the benefits to playing weird cards in Modern is people don't know what your cards do. Karzev is at menace and first strike, so I don't actually need to bolt anything. In fact, I'm a little tempted to just dismember. Nah, we'll kill one of their blockers. This can just die. It's not a big deal. I'm gonna fetch though now just to make our guy bigger. So they can't bolt it or something. All right, so that dies. They have 4 tokens left. They still have 5 cards, but it is hard for them to go off with a cage in play. What's up, Burnsy? How you doing, bud? Everyone's tired of Burnsy. Oh, nope, yawn, going to sleep. Okay, great. Great, Burnsy, great. Glad you're on camera there. Burnsy's the laziest mascot ever. Alright, so mill land. Draw lightning bolt. Ew. Okay. I mean, it's pretty close to dead. Correct. Yeah, they should have blocked every single token on Karzev. They could have. Taking 1. All right. Well, they are almost dead. About as close as they can be. What's up, Poya? How's it going, my friend? So the big thing here is that Gifts Ungiven is mostly neutered by Graveyard Hate because you can't get Past in Flames. So it ends up being played fairly as opposed to I just get what I want and kill you. So this is not necessarily game over, but I would prefer them to be at 6 and not 7. That's definitely a thing. Not looking forward to game 3 on the draw if we pull this one out. I think 4 copies of Eidolon and the Great Rebel should be in here somewhere. Again, I think this list, the way it's laid out, usually I go over the list at the end and make suggestions of what I would change. Again, if you're just sitting in this as a donation bonus league for Just Wiggles, this is Just Wiggles' Skred Aggro deck. And there's some things I don't like about it. We discussed them a little bit. But I can see making this deck, if you want to go in a sort of like Blood Moony, still aggressive but not burn red deck, I think trying to push some sort of devotion package would be a cool idea. Eidolon obviously fits well in that. Yeah, I mean, it's just like a weird inspiration. It depends on the spread of cards they have in their deck. If they have like 1 Repeal, 1 Echoing Truth, 1 Wipe Away or something, and they can kill my cage. It just depends. I mean, I'd say we're like a flip to die here, honestly. But we're playing 3 copies of Bomat Courier, which is a little weird.
I'm not back in 5 minutes. Just wait longer.
No Scrying Sheath. This is more like an aggressive version of a deck. It's kind of an amalgamation of like burn and the usual Skred decks. And I think that, like I said earlier, one of the issues is that when your deck is similar to another deck, you got to kind of prove why you're playing the differences. And I think we're a little weak on Abrade. You know, I'm definitely giving them Abrade. I guess. I mean, I guess Abrade on Kari's Zeb does buy them an entire turn because they can just chump block the Crusher. But if they have an Abrade, they're just not likely to kill me. Can't give them Baral. But I think giving them 2 rituals is like kind of risky. Maybe we just give them the 2 rituals. Because Baral, I mean, Baral just dies to Dismember, but like that could give them enough gas to go off. Oh, Abrade's an artifact removal spell too. Duh, I'm an idiot. So yeah, we can't give them Abrade. So I'm gonna give them ritual. Yeah. It's a little weird to bin Baral because we have Dismember in our hand, but if they can go Baral, you can go to kill it and they just cast like 5 cards in response. It's the same thing anyway, so. If they produce no more blockers, we can Dismember a token and then bolt a token. Get him for lethal that way too. Storm player is really in the tank. Without Past in Flames, the Storm deck gets very hard to play. When you have a card like Grafdigger's Cage in play or something like that. When I was playing Tron a lot, 1 Relic of Progenitus sitting in play makes the Storm deck go from easy mode to really hard to win pretty quick. They can still win, obviously, but requires a lot more setup. They can't just cast gifts, get Past in Flames, and kill you. Which is nice. Like, I kind of like being alive, honestly. Bullets was playing Goblin Storm last night. Sweet. Beat KCI too. Cool. As I said, donation bonus leagues are currently live. Our opponent is taking a long time, so I'm killing some time here. We have a small queue built up. We are currently playing 2 of the 5 decks in the queue today. And we got a fancy new form to fill out of. It's you. I'll show you guys the queue right now. There you go. This is where we're currently at. Right now we're playing Food Lions. I'm sorry, we're playing Just Wiggles, Sly Red. We got Food Lions, Sultai Midrange. In the queue, we also have Million Littles EDH, Bogglesworth Kitty Whack, and Catchy Plains as foretold. So, we're going for it. Here we go. Here it comes. Desperate Ritual.
More legacy, please. Attempting a list similar to Thomas Hepp's first place Sultai Depths. List from SCG Philadelphia Classic.
Pretty Lights fam, thank you, my friend. Show some love in chat, Pretty Lights fam, with the donation bonus. Appreciate that very, very much. Pretty Lights, please fill out my new form. The link is in chat. Just fill out the form with all your information, and we'll get that bad boy in the queue for you. Thank you very much. So they've cast 2 rituals, and now they're casting Gifts Ungiven. What's up, Catchy Plane? Would banning Aether Vial be too much of a hit for Modern? I don't think banning Aether Vial is a thing. I think that Humans does get a lot better. Spoiler for my article tomorrow. One of my 5 Pro Tour predictions is that Humans is going to be the most played deck in Modern. I think Humans is insane right now. I think Bugler filled all the gaps that Humans had. Like, Humans was already very good, and Bugler fills the gaps of the things that it struggled with, making Humans just insanely good. Humans is very, very powerful, but I don't think you're going to be banning a card from a deck that's just literally 37 creatures. So, oh my god, for the love of God, opponent. Our opponent is 10 minutes behind us in clock. While we're waiting for our opponent here, I'm going to remind everyone to give me a follow on the old Twitter sphere, at JimDavisMTG. Give me a follow. Don't be shy. Let's always announce when the stream's going on. Fun stuff like that. And stuff. Check it out, at JimDavisMTG. My goal for the year is 10,000 followers. So, shoot me a follow. Gifts Ungiven is Abrade, Lightning Bolt, Manamorphose, Pyretic Ritual. So, they only have 1 mana floating. They have 3 mana total. I don't think giving them Lightning Bolt is bad. And I don't think that... I don't want to give them Abrade, obviously. New emotes are coming. I've got a few spots. Thanks, Pretty Lights. I'm going to give them Bolt. I don't care about cards. They have that much. I can kill both creatures and kill them with Crusher. I'm going to give them Manamorphose and Lightning Bolt. So that's the least amount of mana and no answer to my cage. So we're going to put the Pyretic Ritual and the Abrade into the graveyard. So now they have a mana. They have 3 total mana and no way to net mana. Yeah, there are certainly more outstanding cards in Modern that can be banned than Aether Vial. Ooh, well, Average dead. So, guess we just do it now. Light them up. Upstairs. Again, upstairs in chat, please. Light them up. All that thinking for what? To die to a pair of lightning bolts. I think we gotta hold on tight here for game 3. I'm not gonna lie.
If I'm not back in 5 minutes,
This is gonna be tough.
just wait longer.
Gonna be tough. If you wanna be dumb, you gotta be tough. I think Dismember is still better than Skred, especially on a draw. Rog, thanks, my friend. For those who are unaware, I came in 5th at SCG Indianapolis last weekend. I crushed the Swiss. Only had 1 loss in 13 rounds played to Jeff Hoagland, but ran afoul of the eventual winner in top 8. Lost to Jund. My game 3, unfortunately, I mulliganed to 2 lands, Noble Hierarch, Thalia, Bugler. I went turn 1 Noble. I got my Bugler, Thoughtseize, and then I drew land, Thalia, land, and then I died. Donations are any format. Any format you want, I'll play anything you want. Click that link in that thing for the form and information. 8 rack is playable, only if your name is Tom Ross. Did I cry when I lost to Hoagland? Nope. And this hand's fine. It's not great, but it's kind of what we're doing. I only have 2 cages. Can't afford to like mulligan to a cage, really. Go sweet. Playing Battlewits is the most fun. I put down Jeskai because Humans is just busted. And Militia Bugler is a Goblin Matron, Goblin Ringleader split card. And I love my goblins. Playing... Dan Jessup was in chat a day or 2 ago. And he said the truth that if you weren't playing Humans in SCG Indy, you weren't trying to win the tournament. Like, Humans is just that good. We're so dead. They have no play on turn 2 here. We are so dead. Heard me scream from the booth? Sounds accurate. Yeah. I mean, me, Hoogland, and Ryan, who lost in the finals, all got lunch together before top 8. They give you like a half an hour break. It's good to see Jeff out and battling in the real world. We're so dead this turn, it's not even funny. I played against KCI once and I beat it. You got a repeal? Repeal. Torpor Orb's a thing. As is the 1 mana, the 1/3 creature that's also a Torpor Orb. There is a chance my opponent clocks. Just gonna throw that out there. Is it true what Jeff said about top 8 prize? Yeah, I mean, the top 8 prize is unfortunate. You only get $500 for top 8. Like, that first match is really important because usually top 4 splits. So usually if you you make it to top 4, you chop the remaining prize and you get $22.50 each, which is a nice payday. $500 is like, it's $500, it's cool, but I mean, we're just dropping triple 1-drop here and probably going to die. Leaving up a bolt or something. Oh, sure. That's good for us. Every interactive spell they draw is not a spell that can kill us. I'm not going to leave a bolt here. If they have a land, they can just cast rituals in response to my thing anyway. And we got to kill them. They're still at 16. Storm is very good. Ideally, they play a creature. We can Searing Blaze it. Again, our clock right now is just really, really slow. We need to be as fast as humanly possible. Them burning these Manamorphoses is pretty weird. Means they're probably like 1 card off of killing us. But it's kind of weird to just burn them and not use them while going off. Not under a lot of pressure. The Fair decks used to be very good against humans. Mardu, Pyromancer, Jeskai, but Bugler changes that significantly. Flame of Keld and Burn? It's kind of slow. Pieces of the Puzzle. Lightning Bolt, Grape Shot, Desperate Ritual. Unfortunately, Grape Shot's pretty effective against our board right now. They took the Grape Shot and the Ritual. That's tough. I think we're honestly making a 4/4 of Figure of Destiny and attacking with everything. So Grape Shot doesn't just wreck our day. Again, our pants are down, but we really don't have a choice. This is not a super slow clock. I mean, we have lethal next turn for the most part. How to play Legacy soon? I'm playing Goblins. You can't stop me. I wouldn't suggest that someone else play Goblins, but I'm playing Goblins. We have passed the 10 minutes ahead of our opponent part of the game. What's up, Pyro Jack? What's up, my friends? If you're just tuning in, welcome, welcome, welcome. Here they go! So they're probably going to, like, Grape Shot empty here, or just kill us. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. If you want to be dumb, you gotta be tough. So we're kind of seeing, like I was saying earlier about this deck, is that our clock, if this is a Goblin Guide, and this is an Eidolon, and this is a a Monastery Spear. We're feeling a lot better here. We're not really gaining much in the matchup like this or these combo matchups by being slower with Blood Moon. So we're seeing that, we're seeing that a little bit. Because Death and Taxes can't draw cards. Goblins are sweet. Goblin Ringleader. Come on now. Oh, they've cast Past in Flames? Great. So we're just like super dead. They don't time out while we're waiting for them. Burnsy, what do you think? Lazy Burnsy. He's sleeping on the job. Christian Blood Eyes.
Holy shit, has it really been 5 months? I honestly thought it was like 3.
Thanks for the resub, my friend. Appreciate that very, very much. There's a chance that they time out before they kill us. Deck list for a deck tech. MTG Goldfish is the best option. Their site's great, it's easy to read and stuff. Yeah, Burnsy's like, yeah, what's going on that screen? I'm bored. I'm done. Get me out of here. What are we looking at? We're looking at Donation Bonus League. It's our first round of Skred Aggro for Just Wiggles. We are losing to Storm in Game 3. This looks like a have to do some work kind of kill. Like, need to cast some ops or recast some stuff. It's taking them a while, so. Mountain Mage says, hey Jim, today I found out a research paper I wrote is being published in a major economics journal. Congrats, Mountain Mage, that's awesome. I had someone on stream, actually, they were part of the New York, like, SUNY college system, and they found a paper I wrote on Shakespeare's The Merchant of Venice in the system, and they read it, and they were like, Jim, I read your work. And I was like, I was never published. What do you mean? But yeah, pretty cool. I think we're dead here. Getting the old F60 though, whatever. Whoa, whoa, we're alive. Whoa, we're alive. Holy crap. What do we do now? They're close to dead. The Merchant of Venice. And not only are we alive, but they also, I guess they could have remand. I'm just going to say go. I don't think playing Kargan Dragonlord actually doesn't. I guess they're just going to clock either way. So we have, if they play any creature, we can kill them. It's doubtful they can kill us in 1 minute regardless. So somehow we're still alive. I don't really know how or why, but here we are.
Just a rough sketch of a Delver deck. Interested to hear your thoughts.
Sarkin, thank you, my friend. We'll do your deck tech after this league, all right? During YouTube videos, I don't like to mix it up. Favorite Shakespeare play? I think Hamlet. I like Hamlet a lot. I was a teacher's assistant for my Shakespeare class. I like Shakespeare. I read some, oh man, if they were going to go off again, I could have read Shakespeare while they were going off. That sounds fun. Hopefully play against Storm again. Yeah, I also like Richard III. Gifts ungiven, sure. That's the one, right? I'm pretty out. I haven't read a Shakespeare play in 4 years. I'm a few years removed from college now, so I don't I don't remember them all extremely well. But all right, so I mean, just going to make it hard as possible for them. They have 17 seconds to go off because they are so slow. Macbeth. I recall liking Miss Macbeth. I need to be refreshed about what it is. Yeah, I'm just gonna like lightning bolt them and then F6. I think. Read some Shakespeare. I have the complete works of Shakespeare right here. Check this out. Look at this. Complete works. King Richard III. Oh, now a reading. Now is the winter of our discontent, made glorious summer by the son of York, and all the clouds that lowered upon our house in the deep bosom of the ocean buried. Now our brows bound with victorious wreaths, our bruised arms hung for monuments, our stern alarms charged to merry meetings, our dreadful marches to delightful measures. Grim-visaged war hath smoothed his wrinkled front, and now instead of mounting barbed steeds, to fright the souls of fearful adversaries, he capers nimbly in a lady's chamber. To the lavacious pleasing of a lute, but I, that am not shaped for sportive tricks, nor made to court an amorous looking glass, I that am rudely stamped and want love's majesty, to strut before the wanton abling nymph, I, that curtailed of this fair proportion, cheated of feature by dissembling nature, deformed, unfinished, and sent before my time into this breathing world, scarce half made up. We'll read more later. Hopefully our next combo opponent will try and kill us, and we'll keep reading some Shakespeare. Anyway, so we 1-0 somehow. We beat Storm. I don't know how we did that, but let's go. Shakespeare hype. To be or not to be? That is the question. Whether it's nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune. I don't remember it that well, but Kaz with the sub. Kaz, what's up, my friend? What's your name? Where are you from? How long you playing Magic? Favorite card of all time? My favorite deck of all time? Most important, what's your name? Where are you from? Puppy name and favorite Shakespeare play, please. Best way to get into Moto? I'm playing standard, but all right. This hand is not great, but we're gonna keep it. We got Blood Moon and stuff. Yeah, I had to memorize that soliloquy for one of my classes and like perform it in front of the class, and I mostly got it. My memory kind of stinks. Shakespeare hype. I hope someone tuned in during that. Like that was the first thing they saw. If you just tuned into the stream and the first thing you saw was me reading Shakespeare, please raise your hand in chat. I'll be playing a Sultai mid-range deck as another donation bonus league right after this league. So stay tuned. Nice. So if you're just tuning in, this is a donation bonus league. This is Just Wiggles Skred Aggro deck. This is Storm again. Where's Shakespeare? Where's the book? I'm getting it out. They start comboing.
What the hell is that?
We're going to start reading Shakespeare again. Should have played Scalding Tarn first, probably. Yeah. Deep Fish, another new sub. Deep Fish and Kaz. What are your names? Where are you from? How long has you all been playing Magics? Favorite cards of all time, favorite decks of all time. Most important, what's your name? Where are you from? Favorite Shakespeare plays, please. Thank you. Welcome. I'm going to find that Hamlet soliloquy to read when they combo kill us on turn 3 here. Where's Hamlet? King Lear? I like King Lear. I don't remember them that well. I need to be like refreshed. King Henry. Richard III was good. I saw The Merchant of Venice on Broadway. My class went to see the performance. Al Pacino was Shylock. It's pretty cool. Comedy of Errors. It's basically my life. Comedy of Errors is a biopic about me. Alright, well, our opponent is probably playing Storm. They aren't doing anything. Elemental Maddie, thank you for getting the reference. I appreciate that. Shakespeare worse than watching combo? Get out of here. Get out of here. The Tempest. 12th Night. Some good plays here. King Henry. It's alphabetical. Winter's Tale. Taming of the Shrew. Didn't read that one. I actually never read, oh, finally. I never read, Romeo and Juliet. Pre-Lights fam, thanks for the cheer. Kaz, you're a resub. Sweet. Josh in Korea for one more week. Maybe back in the USA. Favorite card, Jace. Favorite deck, Soulflayer in Modern, but all time is definitely 5-color Bring to Light. Non-stop since cons. Puppy named Jace for a boy, Nahiri for a girl. Favorite Shakespeare play is I don't like Shakespeare, but I do enjoy a sense of humor when explained to me. Sweet. I don't know why our opponents are going so slow today. I mean, we're just trying to play some Magic, you know? Hamlet back here. Sonnets. We read some sonnets. Question here is, do you want a Crusher or do you want to Blood Moon? Horatio. Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. Alright, so we're 1-0. We beat Storm somehow. It looks like we're playing at Storm again. So the problem here is that, like, we're not sure if they're playing. It's probably Storm. It could be like Blue Moon, though. If it's a Bolt deck, I don't want to expose my Crusher. If it's not Storm, I want to cast Blood Moon, kind of. Crusher's our only threat, and being able to play it with the fetch land up saves it from Bolt. I'm just going to fire off Blood Moon. It feels... I guess Blood Moon turns off my fetch land for Crusher. Alright. I think they probably have Remand either way if they're playing. I'm going to play Crusher. I think they're playing Storm. Let's put the pressure on. I found it. There it is. To be or not to be. So they start going off. We're reading Shakespeare again. You heard it here first, folks. Got my Magic card bookmarks like that. Very slow opponents today. Mountain, go. Alright, well. The problem is they haven't done anything. Which usually if your opponent's playing Storm means you're just dead. Because they have all gas and no cantrips. But a second Crusher. Alright, well. Bombs away. D-Fish is Dan from Iowa. Favorite card is Glissa and Garoff. Favorite deck is Zombie Commander deck. And Othello is favorite Shakespeare play. Do I know any passages from King Lear? Not offhand, no. I recall liking that play, but I can't remember what it's about, honestly. Alright, they're definitely playing Storm. We are definitely dead. Because it didn't respond to my fetch there with a bolt or anything, so... Shakespeare's ready. Here we go. End step, ritual, gifts ungiven, untap, kill us. Why is everyone playing Storm? Ooh, no, Electrolyze. Okay. So, flip the script here. It looks like they're playing Blue Moon, which means that our 2/4/4 Crushers are unbeatable for the most part. So, great. Sulfur Falls. Oh, we're good. We're great. Crushers are going nuts. Keep milling those cards. 2 5/5s. You know how hard it is for Blue Moon to beat a 5/5? Our hand is terrible, but... So... we're going to cast a Blood Moon. It turns off Cryptic Command and stuff like that. It's also really ugly. Probably tilt our opponent. They're almost dead with the Lightning Bolt. They might Cryptic Bounce here, which is fine, because they were going to probably Cryptic Bounce anyway. Told you. Still have his 5/5 in play, and it's still probably going to kill them, which is great. They're at 5. We have a Bolt. Life is good. Opponent's playing, looks to be Blue Moon. Kari Zev on top. Alright. Coming in for lethal. Guess I'm not reading Shakespeare. It kind of stinks. Sure. So now they've dealt with our Crushers. Like, the big thing about decks like Blue Moon is they can't really beat creatures that have 4 more toughness. Now they've reset them back to 3s, but they're also at 5. I kind of like just casting Blood Moon here. It feels weird because they're playing Blue Moon and we're not applying any pressure. But this turns off like Snapcaster or Cryptic Command. It makes life pretty hard for them. And if I play a Crusher here, I think it's likely to get bolted. I'd rather double spell. So we're going to Blood Moon here. Feels weird, but it's obviously not common for Blood Moon to be good against a Blue Moon deck. But I'm kind of sad they're not playing Storm. I kind of want to read the Hamlet soliloquy. But I guess I'll live. Alright, so this is one of the problems that I have with this deck, construction-wise. If you're playing Blood Moon, and you're playing Fetch Lands, and you're playing Skred, now I play this Fetch Land. It's a mountain that's not a snow mountain, which is tough. So I'm not feeling the Skred part of this deck. I think Skred is just much worse in a more aggressive shell, because Skred is going to be much worse than Lightning Bolt most of the time. In the bigger Skred decks, you have 5-6 lands in play, and it's kind of like a Swords to Plowshares, but yeah, so they have 1 mana. We're going to cast Crusher. The old Snow Fetches. I mean, they're dead to many things here, so Spell Snare. If Skred was a shock, they would be dead. That is true. That is true. Skred's a very weird card. It is a pretty serious deck building restriction to Skred. So, all right. I mean, here we go. I think we're in reasonable shape here. Like, even if they have a Snap or a Bolt, we can kill their Snap. We have a Bolt. They're ways away from killing us. We have more bolts and stuff in our deck. There's your Snap. Alright. So we're going to kill the Snapcaster Mage. Do it now, I suppose. And just let it ride. So here we are. They have 2 cards left. They can't cast a lot of their spells. Ooped. Ooped. I think you're going to play Opt. You want to get the invasion ones. Yeah, I guess they have no taste in cards because the Snapcaster's super ugly too. Okay. That's not great for us. We're going to bolt that right now and not let them play an island and counter it somehow. It doesn't. It informs their brainstorm, but we have 1 Dismember main. I agree, it doesn't seem great. Ew. Okay. How about a threatening creature? How about a Searing Blaze? We're going to hold this and use Dismember. We can get 3 damage out of this later, which is very important because they're at 5. I'm just going to Dismember this. They have 2 cards left. Oh, God. Just a token or two is going to be pretty serious this game. Don't spell snare me. Snap spell snare here would be devastating. Remand. It's cute. Cute. No more spells, please. What's up, Eddie? How's it going, my friends? If you're tuning in, welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Shakespeare's going to have to wait for now, I suppose. Another Pyromancer? Jeez. You draw a lightning bolt, please? Okay, thanks. Do we have haste creatures? Not really. I mean, they have one card, and it better damn well be a removal spell or counter spell of some kind, or this thing's going to get real big. Like once this thing gets past a 4/4. Roar. No blocks. Actually, I guess we die to a bolt. So, if we block the fears, they have bolt, and we lose our Dragonlord. But if they have a bolt, we're dead, so we have to block. Okay. So, yeah, they drew a Snapcaster. Lucky. Lucky. Tilt. Lightning bolt. Mismatched, ugly Snapcaster mages. And they had Jace like 5 turns ago. It's a very long time. Ah. They opt and they bottomed and then they drew a Abrade to kill us. Tilt. That sucks. Alright. What do we want here? Skred and Dismember have to go. Blood Moon's got to go. Because they're, also a Blood Moon deck. I think that we're going to want Squee, amusingly enough. Wand of the Elements, and that's really it. Our sideboard's not really doing it for us. Leave some copies of Skred in. Skred also kills Thing in the Ice, which is a very popular card of these decks. I'll leave in 3 Skred, I guess. It's only 2 more cards. Most of our options are pretty bad. Cage for Snapcaster is not good. It literally only... If I'm playing Snapcaster Mage and my opponent... Yeah, Chain Whirler would be great in the sideboard. If I'm playing Snapcaster Mage and my opponent brings in a Grafdigger's Cage and my Snapcaster Mage becomes a 2/1 with Flash that says my opponent mulligan this game, I am happy. I am happy. Sun Droplet's pretty bad. That's not really what this game is about, I don't think. I mean, I guess we're leaving in the Skreds. I mean, Abrade is... Are they going to have any artifacts? I don't think so. I guess I'm bringing in an Abrade. We just don't have anything else. This kind of sucks. Nope, this is a Peace Tea. I want to get sponsored by these people because I love these things. They play Batterskull? They might. Actually, that's fair. I'll bring in their braids, I guess. It kills Pyromancer. We have like way too many removal spells. We have like all these Searing Blazes and stuff, so it's not ideal. The old one Lando. It's not going to play. Yes, Peace Tea. Pay me. Pay that man his money. Alright. Like, Figure of Destiny's like pretty underwhelming in Modern, you know? I'm trying to 2-2. Three-drop giant is Countryside Crusher. Every upkeep, you flip the top card of your deck. Basically, if your top card of your deck is a land, you keep binning it until you put a spell on top. And whenever you bin a land, it gets +1/+1 counter. Someone was kind enough to put it in chat, so that works too. Alright. Their Searing Visions went top-bottom. We're going to Kari Zev, attack for 1. I'm not really enthused about our prospect of our 3 medium creatures against their deck of Snaps and Bolts, but this is made by Coca-Cola. It's made by Peace Tea. Screw Coca-Cola. Don't drink soda. It's bad for you. Alright, I mean, not thrilled. That's a dead pirate. That's a living pirate. Abrade the Figure. You got it. No way it's made by Coca-Cola. There's nothing about Coca-Cola on here, and it's not widely distributed. Like, you know, they only have it in certain places. All right, I mean, here's a grizzly bear. Damn, man. You're right. Stupid Coca-Cola. Alright, I guess I'll take the Coca-Cola sponsorship. I guess. Opt to the bottom. Now, Serum Visions. Bottom top. We get a free turn here. We draw a land and can make Dragonlord a 4/4. I'm actually not feeling terrible. Again, against Blue Moon, the bane of Blue Moon's existence is creatures with toughness 4 or more, because they can't get away with only a bolt. Like, they're at 9. It does not have as much sugar as Coke. This huge can has less sugar than a 12-ounce can of Coca-Cola. It's also like real cane sugar. Yeah, it's cane sugar, not like high fructose whatever stuff. America. Alright, so we're obviously not pumping in the face of open mana. We're just going to bomb and hope that we hit here. Snapcaster. Sure. I mean, if they're going to abrade the Kari Zev here, and I can actually pump this into an 8/8, that puts them light on ways to win, so that's cool. Alright. I mean, they're going to 1. Sorcerer speed level, right? Yeah. If only we had a cage in play. Yeah, if only this Kargan Dragonlord was a cage instead of a Kargan Dragonlord, you know? How do you like them? 8/8s. Your turn. Roar. I'll take 2. Do it. Do it. So I'm going to assume they have Cryptic Command here. If they do, we get to recast, though, and make it a 4/4 immediately, which is great, so... I'll decline to use the fire-breathing ability of my 8/8 flying trample. If only Skred was shocked. This is actually the third time where if Skred was shocked, we would have won the game. Alright, there's a 4/4. Guess who's back? Back again. Kargan's back. Tell a friend. If you're tuning in, welcome to the stream. My name's Jim Davis. We're playing a donation bonus league for Just Wiggles. This is Just Wiggles' Skred Aggro deck. We are 1-0. I don't know why the MTG bot status thing is not working. I apologize for that. It's been very finicky lately. But we're 1-0. We beat Storm somehow. I don't really know how. And I have some issues with this deck. We've discussed them a little bit already. We'll go over that at the end of the stream when I do the post-league wrap-up. And I'll discuss changes I would make to the deck. We're a little stuck in between like Burn and Skred Red. And... you know, that's not ideal. Because I don't think we have a great advantage over either one. So, guess who's dead? It is you. You are dead. Tell your crew. Guess who's dead? 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 It's you! Alright, well that was a somewhat surprising victory. They didn't fetch any islands that game, right? Maybe we actually want to bring this Blood Moon back in. I guess we're on the draw now. Like they do... They mostly have to win with their actual creatures. They have Click, Snapcaster, Pyromancer. They might have Thing in the Ice. Yeah, whatever. I'm gonna bring a Blood Moon against a Blue Moon deck. Stromkirk Noble's pretty bad. There's definitely some card choices here I just don't like. I think they're a little too slow. I do think that building a bigger red deck is a thing you can do if you want to play these Blood Moons. I would focus more on the devotion mechanic. If you want to play like Kargan Dragonlord and Figure of Destiny, I think you can play like Nykthos and Burning Tree Emissary and build a little more of a nut draw into the deck and still use Blood Moons as well. We'll discuss that at the end though. This hand's pretty bad, but we're gonna keep it. Like I don't think we can really afford to mulligan this. Guess who's Squee? Squee's basically Hamlet, right? What's up, Grim Lavamancer? Yeah, Boris Reckoner, Goblin Chain Whirler. There's a lot of like Eidolon. There's a lot of good red creatures, and you can use the mana from your Nykthos to fuel your Figure of Destiny, your Kargan Dragonlord, perhaps Stormbreath Dragon, Fanatic and Mogus. There's things you can do for sure. Ash Zealot is cool. Card's not bad. Alright. We're going to battle for one here. Go say, and you're saying a lot of words I don't really understand. Raubmaster is probably too slow. Dead. Dead. Squee. Ash Zealot is good against Storm, true. That is true. Ash Zealot's a reasonable card, you know. 2/2 first striker for haste for 2 is definitely fine. Yeah, we're in trouble this game. Alright, Squee. Kari Zev. Into open mana, I'm fine playing Squee here. Koth is cool. I think a few Koth could play. Chandra also, honestly. Snapcaster Opt. I am not playing the card Bonfire of Damned in any deck that I play. One of my least favorite cards. I want to play my cards when I want to play them, not when my deck tells me to play them. Opt went bottom also. So... Is Ash Zealot good against KCI? I don't think so. You're not casting cards in the graveyard, right? Squee. Not really happy to play Countryside Crusher this turn into everything. Like, literally the world. They can have any interactive spell and it kills it. Crusher's one of our best cards. I'm just going to play Kari Zev here. Like, they can have Cryptic Snap, Abrade, Lightning Bolt, etc., 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 etc. What's up, Upside Down 7? I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Spell Snare. Fun story about the Pro Tour Bonfire gift with Kibler and LSV. The third on that national team was a friend of mine, Joe Panaccio. He's a Magic player from Long Island, and he won the WMCQ. You know, he always played in PTQs, never had a ton of success. Just won the WMCQ and played on a team with Kibler and LSV. It's pretty sweet. So he's in that GIF. We play Crusher and Hold Up Fetch, and they just Cryptic it, or many other bad things. I don't think we're in that much of a rush. Ooh, boy. That's kind of nice. Feels weird to watch live. I'm here. I'm actually here responding to you. Alright, so they have 5 lands, 4 spells. There's no way that they're going to counter my Lightning Bolt. We're just going to say go here. Playing against control decks is all about pacing your spells properly and finding good spots. And this is not a good spot for Countryside Crusher. We're probably going to Abrade the Snapcaster Mage. When? I think now is fine. Yeah, this is definitely pre-recorded. Because the thing is that our opponent is incentivized to not want to kill our Squee. So, like, if Squee keeps chip-shotting in, wow. That's great. If we can keep chip-shotting with Squee, we can hopefully make these bolts lethal. Bolt 4. No. Yeah, I'm really feeling Cryptic Command. I'm still just going to chill on Crusher. What's up, Swaz? Squee! Ooped. Like, theoretically, the next Squee hit is lethal, so they have to do something. That Opt also went bottom. Their hand feels very counterspell heavy to me, so let's just keep trucking along here. Okay. So now we're in a spot. We have 3 lightning bolts, and they are lethal. They've shown us 1 Dispel. I really doubt they have another one. So now we found our spot where we think they have Cryptic, and I think it's time to try and resolve Crusher. It's probably going to get countered, but then we can use our bolts and kill them. So that is our current play. And there you go. That's how we do it, my friends. No dispel, please. Upstairs. This is a lesson in playing around counterspells. Taking notes. Always play your spells when you want to play them, not when your opponent wants you to play them. Simple as that. We got a new, what's Cyrex saying in chat? Hey Jim, I subbed a couple weeks ago and never did the intro. Sweet. We got Chris from Raleigh, North Carolina, playing off and on since Fallen Empires. Here with Cadaverous Bloom, mostly draft now, looking to get into Modern. Pyromancer, puppy named Jeskai. Sweet. Chris, thank you very much. That's how you do it, my friends. That's how you do it. 2-0. Aggro Skred Red, donation bonus league for just Wiggles. Just Wiggles. Now, opponent said in chat, that was unexpected. They weren't being salty. Bandit says, hey Jim, thanks for signing my playmat in line at that Chinese place in Indy. Chinese place in Indy. Oh, Noodles & Co. Right. Yeah, I remember that. I got my my chicken thing they screwed up like 10 times. Our opponents are going slow, but we're winning, so what can we say, you know? Yeah, Wand of the Elements is a very, very cool Magic card. I don't think it's particularly Modern playable, but the sideboard needs some work for sure. I mean, this deck needs some work in general, which is fine, because I think the whole point of doing donation bonus leagues is to take the deck, throw it to the grindstone, and learn and get better, you know? So we need some work here. Like I said, there's things that I don't really like. We'll discuss that more at the end. Never really discussed it in the beginning. But the sideboard definitely, like cards like Wand of the Elements. I guess Wand's like the biggest offender, but like you want your sideboard in Million Little E, yes. I am occasionally groggy and grumpy. But Wand of the Elements, like you want cards in your sideboard that are like, boom, here's the hammer. You know? Ooh, Bomat Courier. You don't necessarily want cards that are like cool but not great. This is a keep. Blackcleave Cliffs. Inquisition of Kostalik. Alright. I mean, Countryside Crusher is the kind of card where I feel like there's always cards that are good, powerful, and never really find a home. The problem is that Countryside Crusher is a 3/3 for 3 up front, and the best card in the format's Lightning Bolt. So it's just super vulnerable to Lightning Bolt and doesn't affect the board the turn it comes into play. It's like it is kind of cool because you don't draw lands anymore and it gets bigger, but it just feels a little slow. You know, it's a little behind the curve when you compare it to cards like Tarmogoyf, Mantis Rider, you know, like the best creatures in the format. This is Nell Resub, 8 months. Thank you very much. Our opponents are going exceedingly slow today. I've got Shakespeare right here. If they start taking too long, I will start reading Shakespeare again. All right? Just saying. I read a passage from Richard III before. I have Hamlet's soliloquy on tap for the next time our opponent starts comboing us. And we have some F6 time. Oh, we drew the card they thought to use. That's kind of weird. New Chaos Wand? I don't know what that card is. Yeah, it's pretty small print. It's like Bible style, like super thin pages. All right, Dreadbore on the Courier. Looks like Mardu Pyromancer, not Jund. Yep, I was an English major writing minor at Stony Brook University. Okay, so Mardu, Shakespeare stream. If I were to do an IRL stream where I read an entire Shakespeare play, who would watch that? Raise your hand in chat. So now, once again, we're in a spot where I have this Crusher, and they have Bolt mana up, and I just, like, can't really cast it. Which sucks. Like, we're not casting Crusher here. We're not going to play it into their Bolt / push / whatever. If they have a discard spell, it sucks, but I want to be able to play it with a Tarn up. Yeah, SBU. Go see Wolves. I need a hand emote. That's one of my next emotes I'm going to make. So you can, like, raise your hand in chat. That'd be cool. We only have one Crusher, so it's not like we have infinite Crushers. My favorite StarCraft streamer, Golden, he's a Korean StarCraft pro. God damn it, who streams StarCraft obviously, and he's super busy in school. He would actually stream himself doing homework, and he would just talk about StarCraft while he was doing his homework. Yeah, Gabby has a cool raise hand one. I gotta make my own. Alright, well, we could probably stand to draw a spell or two here. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah. I mean, my play was definitely right. So, what are you gonna do? What's up, Warwick? Our next Crusher is gonna be great. Like, Crusher's the kind of card that, like, always seems fine, but it's important to recognize how awkward it is at times, and those are the times you gotta remember. Stromkirk Noble. All right, we are on the board.
Perhaps today is a good day to die.
Stefano, yeah, I watch. I mean, Golden doesn't stream anymore, unfortunately. Golden was the best. Golden was by far. Golden is the only person I have ever subbed to on Twitch before. Colligan's Command, we discard? Sure. That's a pretty bad use of Colligan's Command, in my opinion. And they know we have that land in our hand, too. But Golden was just the best. He was just super good. And he would play really weird all the time and just beat Grandmaster. Like, he was like a Grandmaster level player. But I watch Vibe, and I watch Pig a little bit. Pig's actually been playing Magic Arena. And I've been meaning to reach out to him to do I'll guest on his stream and help him with Magic, and he can guest on my stream and help me with StarCraft. I should have shredded that in response to a trigger. That was dumb. I was talking about StarCraft. All right, so we're gonna Skred here. This does 4. We can fetch a response. We have to do 5. I would like to keep the fetch line in play for a Crusher, but I will sack it if I have to. Thanks, Sith. Yeah, the pen thing I learned. So, here. A little IRL stream for a second. My buddy Charles used to do this while he's playing Magic, and I really liked it. So I spent an entire semester in college with my banging the pen on the table doing this, and I can't do it, obviously, because I'm having performance anxiety. But this pen's not great for it. Actually, this is better. Little pen spin thing. There you go. So I used to do this all the time. I would sit in college and just do this, and my pen would just fall on the table over and over and over again. And yeah, so teacher hated me for an entire semester, but I learned it. So John Glass is right. I learned that from John Glass. John Glass and Charles. Charles did it first, right, John? Every once I had a Diesel 61187, my buddy John Glass. He's the person I learned the pen trick from. That's funny. Yeah, Charles is really good. Charles is always really good at like things like that, where you have to kind of just grind it and really get it in your head. Yeah, I'm wearing a Jet shirt. I know it's terrible. John learned it first. Okay, sorry. All right, so Courier's dead. We seem a little behind here. I'm just gonna throw it out there. Am I watching GSL versus the World this weekend? I don't think so. I don't know. Power Slide resub, thank you. Bomat Courier better than Raging Goblin? I mean, Raging Goblin's not in the 8-whack deck, right? Crusher off the top? I disagree. I think we're just super dead here. Our opponent is so far ahead in cards. Like, they have another looting now. Like, they're just never running out of gas. And we just have actual nothing. And they have actual answers to our crushers and stuff. Like, they just have Dreadbores and things of that nature. Only a little behind. Only a little bit. A tiny bit. Our Blood Moons are obviously bad here. Looting is card disadvantage. Not in the late game where you're just discarding useless lands anyway. So, we're about to concede. Now we're discarding Lingering Souls. Oh, yeah. Show off that land we just drew. Alright, tough game there. Okay, so what do we want here? We, again, seem pretty light for a control matchup where our Blood Moons are bad. We don't want this much removal. We don't really have any other options. I guess Grafdigger's Cage is actually pretty good. Cut this Dismember and cut a Skred. Searing Blaze is still fine. I don't mind Searing Blazing like a token if I have to. Alright, this is the thing. You'd rather just hold the card in your hand so they can't like draw step Kolaghan's command you. It's very, very minute, the deck thinning aspect of the fetch lands, and if I draw a Countryside Crusher, I want to have a fetch land to activate it. So like, you have to have basically 0 reasons exactly in your deck or in your opponent's deck to want to keep a land in your hand, to want to fetch to try and thin. C2 says, does Magic need a land flood rule? Like if you have, like just like built into the game, you know, pay 5 mana cycle or something. That would be too confusing, I think. So I mean, like, I think we're a pretty big dog here because their deck's just all removal spells and effective cards, and our creature suite is not super efficient. We're also, our creature suite is somewhat light to the card Lightning Bolt, but Cage seems fine. Cage seems worse than Relic in a matchup like this, but unfortunately they also have Kolaghan's Command to kill our Wand of the Elements, which actually wouldn't be bad in this matchup, but it's not great. Somewhat interesting question of, do we lead on Bomat Courier or Stromkirk Noble, given that our first creature is likely to die and Courier is very, very good? We're going to lead on Noble. Courier seems important. Also, getting Noble above a certain power threshold is nice. If they draw like discard spells and not removal, could go a little deep. Probably won't, but yikes. We're seeing a little bit here that, you know, we just beat Storm, we beat Blue Moon. Against, I guess Blue Moon's pretty interactive too, but against like linear decks, your threats don't matter that much. Like in Storm, we kind of just like played weird creatures and bolted them out. But in fair matchups, the creatures and threats you're playing are very, very important. Like which specific threats you're playing. And like both of these cards just aren't very good against a deck with Lightning Bolt and Fatal Push. Okay, how about a Searing Blaze? Or Mountain. Come on! Really? Why you gotta play me like that? What's up, Sob? I would say we're in pretty big trouble because this young Pyromancer, even though we have 4 Skred, 4 Lightning Bolt, 3 Searing Blaze in our deck, is going to live through the turn and make tokens that we can never beat. So that kind of sucks. I mean, C2 mana flooding is part of Magic, and it's important to build your deck with that in mind, you know? Alright, so they have 3 tokens. Alright, I mean, this isn't like that bad. Searing Blaze still. Okay. 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 Now, what? Now we're going to play a mountain. And we're going to swing with everything. They're either going to triple block the Noble, in which case we kill an Elemental. They're going to block Bomat Courier, in which case we kill the Pyromancer. And this seems pretty sweet. I also think I don't mind trading in Courier for these 2 cards for 2 random cards. So this is fine. Let's Blaze the Pyromancer. Ship Courier. Okay, that's not bad. The good thing here is that now Crusher's kind of fine because they're probably going to have to tap a bunch of mana to deal with our threats on board. We can hopefully resolve Crusher and fetch in 1 turn. What's up, Mountain Mage? Burnsy's awake. Hi, Burnsy. Another Pyromancer. Okay, so that's a lot of tokens. But our Stromkirk Noble is getting bigger, and Kari Zev kind of gets through the tokens. How about another Searing Blaze? Bang! I'll play. Alright, I mean, this is a very, very large amount of tokens, but let's see how they block and go from there. So, this is going to be fun. And we're going to kill the Pyromancer. It sucks to... Like, they're literally going to be at 4 life. We have a Bolt. But I think killing Pyromancer is just more important than trying to bolt them out of the game.
Today is a good day to die.
We're 2-0 right now, so... No, we're gonna hit the Pyromancer. Like we're not playing Burn. We only have a small amount of Burn spells in our deck, and if we bolt them to 1, they could easily just like make a bunch of blockers, and we can never actually push through the damage. As it stands right now, we have 2 great attackers, and they have no good blocks. And if they had kill spells, I think they would have cast them over Flashing Back Lingering Souls on the previous turn. So our Crusher feels somewhat safe. Kari Zeb is not safe, but Campbell's makes him good. Go, Burnsy! Alright, we're also drawing a spell this turn, which is nice. Crusher reveals Crusher. Alright, coming in. Yeah, that's fine by me. I think we're in the market to steal a game here, my friends. They're at a deuce. Campbell is not really that effective. We were playing Burn to be effective, but Campbell would have made our upstairs Lightning Bolt look really bad. We did it, Burnsy. We did it. Okay. We have one less Skred. Is Skred better than any of the cards that are here? I don't think so. We have 4 Bolt, 3 Skred, 3 Searing Blaze. That's a lot of removal. And Lavamancers, too. So it's like watching a lava lamp. The deck's been fun so far. I definitely think there's some deck building errors here, but there's some good stuff happening for sure. I think one of the biggest anti-synergies here is Countryside Crusher plus Fetch Lands and Lavamancer and Blood Moon and Skred. Like, the Skred has actually been one of the least... The Skred has been one of the worst cards in the deck. If these Skreds were shocks, I think that we would have seen very little downside. That's a huge tilt. Grafdigger's Cage plus Squee. I think if the Skreds have just been were just shocks, like the card shock, we'd be in better shape in most scenarios, it feels like. This is a very, very awkward hand. I think that we probably need to mulligan. Like, Cage is good, but it's not like, wow. Like, it doesn't stop the front side of their stuff. It's more like a late game effect. Ugh. Yeah, it was really could be a lot better. It's like pretty close. I loathe to mulligan against Thoughtseize decks. Also, it's possible they just Thoughtseize this. I'm just gonna keep. Just don't play Cage. No, we're gonna play it. We could like wait a turn and not play it now because they aren't gonna flash anything back in the next turn or two. It does expose it to discard though. Yeah, it's just like go. With no 1-mana play here, I'm going to hope their turn 2 is just a Pyromancer, although us playing a land and not doing anything is also kind of sketchy for that. Alright. Cool. Happy to play that over Cage. Again, Cage is not going to matter until at least turn 4, I guess, because they can't flash back anything next turn. Lingering Souls, Faithless Looting, etc., etc. What's up, Dan? Welcome. Welcome to the stream, my friend. Thanks for watching on YouTube. I appreciate that. Alright. It's not ideal, but only spell I can cast is Lightning Bolt, so hey, speak of the devil. Skred ya. No value. Not ideal, but it is what it is. Yeah, if it was a shock, would have done the same thing. Once again, if you're just tuning in, welcome to the stream. This is a donation bonus league for Just Wiggles. This is Just Wiggles' Skred deck. Skred Aggro deck. We are 2-0. As I said, there's things I want to change about the deck. We'll talk about it later. Flange. Yeah, we never got the notification for it. Oh, we did. I missed it. Flange. What's up, my friend? What's your name? Or Flag? Flange? Flag. Flag, what's your name? Where you from? How long you been playing Magic? Favorite card of all time? Favorite deck of all time? Most important, what's your name? Where you from? Puppy name, please. Yeah. Our hand doesn't look great. Current favorite format? I like a mixture of all formats. I just want to play Standard, then Legacy, then Modern, then Standard, then Legacy, then Modern. Opponent is marveling at the squeeze in my hand. That looked pretty bad. But hey, if they kill the Cage, it frees the Squee. Nah, no EDH. No EDH. It's not on the menu. Come on, opponent. Why are my opponents been so slow today? Puppy count is 366 out of 1,000. They took a Squee. And there's a Skred. Legacy. If I had a Legacy tournament to play tomorrow, I'd play Goblins. But I'm not convinced that it's fully back yet, but screw it. Lady of Decrees is basically a bot. Colgan's command. We discard 2 damage to a target. Deal. Cryogen, nice. Well, John and Jim show. If you missed it yesterday, I do a show with my stepson called The John and Jim Show. We play usually retro video games. Lately we've been playing Cuphead. Pretty fun game. Little John and Jim Show hype. Pretty sweet. Check it out. John and Jim Show. Cuphead. Check it out on the YouTube. All the Cuphead episodes are on the YouTube channel. Explosives on 3. Preemptively. Okay. So... Searing Blaze. Guess we just rip it. Like, there's so many discard spells, and they've already cast 2 Pyromancers. They have 2 good targets in their entire deck left for Pyromancer. Let's just get the damage in now. And if we draw like a Bomat Courier or some other creature, we can just do it. Liliana of the Last Hope. That's explosives. Advice for a dad getting a 7-year-old into Magic? Keep it simple, keep it fun. Kids tend to really take to very flavorful cards. So when you build, don't give them a modern deck. For the love of God, don't give them Ironworks, or Dredge or something. Just build a simple, fun deck for both of you to play. Make their deck a little bit better than yours. And try and put as many fun, flavorful cards in as you can. John, for example, loses his mind whenever I cast Turn to Frog. Like the idea that his charging Monstrosaur got zapped by a wizard and turned into a small frog and then eaten by like a bird is like, it's just so cool to him. So flavor is a big one. All right, we're just like pretty dead here. If we can Mind Slaver them somehow and make them pop this explosives. I actually wrote an article about that. Wrote an article about like the lack of JSS and growing the game and stuff. And I actually posted the original deck lists for John and my deck if you're looking for good examples of like simple, fun learning decks. So check that out. Links in chat. All right, I mean, we're pretty boned here. I don't really know what we're drawing to, honestly. A lot of our outs are... I mean, now we can, like, do some bolting, but, like, beating Miss Liliana seems tough. Just make sure your decks can actually win, though. Like, when John first learned, when he was, like, 4, might have been 3, he couldn't even read yet. And we built him a deck of, like, all vanilla creatures, and the game just never ended. You just sat there and like, stared at each other until someone decked. And that wasn't very fun. So make sure you can actually end the game. I mean, we're just super dead. We can't beat actual anything.
Give me sugar and water.
Yeah, the Kiefer kids are cool. I like them. All right, flag is whew. That's a weird accent over the Z. I don't want to say it wrong. How do you pronounce it? Bazidar? I'm saying it wrong. Please let me know how to pronounce it. From Croatia. Awesome. Play only paper, modern, legacy. Favorite deck is Death Shadow. Favorite card is Tezzeret. Puppy named Snap. Not going to lie, I got you with literary references. I'm doing a PhD in literary theory. Sweet. That's awesome. All right, we're dead here. Awesome. Welcome, my friend. Everyone, welcome our brand new sub to the stream. All right, so we got crushed that game. That was not particularly close, and I'm not surprised at all. Again, our threats are just a little too soft. They don't do enough when they come into play. There's no real card advantage, and the deck with all kill spells just destroyed us, which makes sense. Cards like Chandra or Koth could have been great that matchup. We need more stuff for fair decks in the sideboard for sure. I don't think Squee is really really one of the ones you're looking for. I mean, the hand was not great for sure, but again, mulling against a Thoughtseize deck is not ideal either. So you're on the draw too, you know. You gotta have a little faith in your deck sometimes. Yeah, why does my opponent have EE on 3 until Liana's? Because they're trying to make it so if we draw Mindslaver, we can win the game. That's what they're trying to do. If you're still new, welcome to the stream. My name's Jim Davis. Donation bonus league for Just Wiggles. This is Just Wiggles' Skred Aggro deck. We're 2-1. If you haven't followed the stream, make sure you hit that follow button. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you follow on there too. And let's go. Yeah, Chandra Torch is great. Yeah, I mean, Squee just feels really bad in general. Like, what is Squee good against? You know, like, what are we doing here? Give me a Chandra or something. Like, if those two Squees are both Chandras, we probably win that game. Okay, this hand is 2 shocks and some creatures. I guess we're going to keep. What do you do if your kids won't play Magic with you? Make new kids. It's not a bad idea. I mean, don't force them. Try and give them an incentive, you know? Kids are very like, I don't want to do that. But if you say, do you want ice cream? And they say, yeah. And say, well, play this game with me. And if you do a good job, you can have ice cream. Now they have a goal in mind, and they're like, okay, cool, I'll do that. Ken Griffey Jr., one of the best baseball players of all time, was so good at baseball because, and he said this in interviews, literally because his dad just told him that if he worked really hard at practice, he would get ice cream. So he just busted his ass at practice every time. Oh, we were so dead. They're playing Jeskai. We just have no way to win. Nope. The Storm again? I can read more Shakespeare! Sweet. Alright. Do you want to eat tonight, child? Well, then you must play Magic with me. Otherwise, there'll be no food.
Yeah, you know those kids. Every other day, it's, I need some food.
Yeah. Yeah, no food. Hi, Nicole.
Hello. I look like a human being today.
I mean, that's debatable, but...
I look more human today.
More human than human. More human than human. More...
You making up things?
Making up things? You don't know that song? That song's been in, like, every movie ever.
Hasn't.
That song is like the generic, like, hard rock song in movies. Like, if you're in a movie and, like, Jim Carrey's character or whatever, or the main character has to go into, like, you know, a seedy, like, underground, like, rock or goth nightclub, that's the song playing in the movie. Like, literally every time.
Yeah, and all those Jim Carrey movies where he has to go into an underground rock.
All right, in Ace Ventura, it's Cannibal Corpse, but Jim Carrey was a bad example. But in most movies or TV shows, if they go into something like that, that's the song that plays.
I've never heard of that song.
It's by White Zombie.
It's not Jeskai, by the way.
I get to do more Shakespeare.
In case you're
If my opponent starts going off, I'm reading Shakespeare.
Can you just, like, kill their guy? And
I could kill their guy, but then I can't read Shakespeare.
probably can still read Shakespeare, honestly.
Karizev is a faster clock, so this is gonna be tough. We beat Storm somehow earlier in this league, but yes, it is Cannibal Corpse in the Ace Ventura movie. All right, so probably gifting.
Incoming gifts.
Boko.
Go, little Bomat, go. Boko.
Why don't you get in the frame if you're gonna stay here?
I need your car keys. I'm stealing your car.
Wow, awesome.
That's all I'm here for.
On my credit card too.
I was gonna say, grab your wallet.
Take my wallet. Yeah, take it all. Whatever. Here, take it. Need a pen too?
Yeah,
Want a drink?
That book.
Take
there?
everything. Just take everything.
Can I have the paperweight?
My Shakespeare book? No, you can't have that.
Car, sure. Wallet, take
I have to read Shakespeare on stream.
Shakespeare, no chance.
Everyone wants to hear me read Shakespeare. Yes, they do. Our new sub is literally a literary scholar, PhD person.
I'm sure our new sub has read enough Shakespeare.
I didn't attack? That's your fault. That's your fault. Get out. Out. Get out.
Just doing my part, everybody.
To be fair, we were dead anyway. We have no.
Dead.
There's no way we could ever beat an end step gifts here, but we didn't
That
attack.
was just your way of showing.
All right, let's get the Shakespeare ready here.
All right, do it.
Waka waka. Are you ready?
Can you read a better part of Hamlet?
No, I'm reading the soliloquy. Is there a part you have a request?
I like the other part with Ophelia.
What's the part with Ophelia?
It's later. Just read whatever.
All right, so my opponent's going to storm kill us. I'm going to F6, and we're going to read some Shakespeare. Enter Hamlet.
Oh, thank God there's a stream delay.
To be or not to be? That is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against the sea of troubles, and by opposing end them. To die, to sleep no more. And by a sleep to say we end the heartache and the thousand natural shocks that flesh is heir to. 'Tis a consummation devoutly to be wished. To die, to sleep, perchance to dream. And aye, there's the rub. For in that sleep of death where dreams may come, when we have shuffled off this mortal coil, must give us pause. There's the respect that makes calamity of so long life. For who would bear the whips and scorns of the oppressor's wrong? The proud man's come to me. The pangs of despised love, the law's delay, the insolence of office, and the spurns that patient merit of the unworthy takes, when he himself might quietus make with bare bodkin. Who would the fardels bear, to grunt and sweat under a weary life, but that the dread of something after death, the undiscovered country, Star Trek, whom born no traveller returns, puzzles the will, and makes us rather bear these ills we have than fly to others that we know not of. Thus conscience does make cowards of us all, and thus the native hue of resolution is sickled over with the pale cast of thought, and enterprises of great pith and moment with disregard their current actions turn awry, and lose the name of action soft you now, the fair Ophelia, nymph in thy horizons, be thy sins remembered. We dead yet? We dead yet? Ah, we're dead. Good timing. Alright, so now we're dead, and now we have basically no chance to win. Because we just have no interaction, really. Alright, so hopefully you enjoyed that. F6 reads Shakespeare. Should that be a new emote? Alright, so yeah, opponent's playing Storm. We can't really interact with them in many ways. Bringing the cages, Dismember. We're going to cut 2 Skreds, because Dismember is just more efficient. And then we want... I guess we need these too. We don't have any cards to bring in, so... Braid, no... Damping Sphere. Duh. I know we have 2 cards to take out. Alright, let's go. We have hate cards. We got some stuff. Alright, let's go. Yeah, it really is like it was kind of fitting actually, because I'm like basically contemplating suicide. For those who don't know, in Hamlet, the character is he's in that soliloquy, he's contemplating suicide. He's sort of asking like, what is the point of life? You know, but I don't want to end my life for the fear of what's beyond. That's even scarier. This is crazy. He's holding a skull in a graveyard, really contemplating death, you know, and we read that as we were dying to Storm. So it's fitting, you know? It works. This hand's pretty terrible. We're gonna mulligan. One land, like if this was a land, I'd be dope. I'd be happy, but yeah, we're gonna mulligan. I mean, we're keeping. This hand's not good. We got our cage. Alas, poor Yurik. I knew him well. Yeah, they're at the grave of like an old friend of his, or not. It was an old friend. It was like one of the court people when he was younger, and he's like remembering back to how like he used to know him and stuff. You're a rip-off cage here, I guess. R.I.P. my homie Yurik. Yeah, Eidolon would be great. Oh my god! All right, we just can't ever win. Dismember is better than Skred because occasionally we're going to be on 1 or 2 lands and need to kill a Baral, and Skred can't do that. Right, the Jester. Right. Okay, I mean, that's a start. R.I.P. my homie York. Yeah, Shakespeare definitely liked the concept of the Jester being like this sort of unassuming source of wisdom. Fatal Frenzy. Fatal Frenzy is sweet, but let's hopefully they go like land creature here. We get to blaze it. We're not in great shape here. Yeah, we're gonna go upstairs. We have plenty of ways to kill a Baral, and we're kind of a light on mana. Alright, well. We may die here. I may have to open up some more Shakespeare. If you haven't followed, hit that follow button, of course. Waka waka, etc., etc. Like, they have 7 cards in hand. Serum Visions went bottom. That's nice, at least. Shakespeare have the same... I mean, the Jester have the same name? I don't think so. Man, Remand is, like, so bad against us, except against Crusher. F6. For those who are looking for a simpler version of Hamlet and are unaware, the Disney movie The Lion King has a very similar plot to Hamlet, in that the movie begins with the king being killed by his brother, and the brother attempts to take over the throne, and the son of the king is confused and conflicted and needs to fix things. Yes, we read Hamlet's soliloquy from Hamlet, obviously, in while our Storm opponent killed us in game 1 here. God, we just didn't draw land for Searing Blaze. That sucks. Now we have to bolt this Electromancer. That sucks. Lion King spoilers? It's the beginning of the movie. I mean, Simba definitely contemplated suicide. For sure. You missed that part. Richard III? I already read that. That was the thing I read the first time our strong opponent tried to kill us. No fear, Shakespeare. Are we dead yet? I mean, we are like... This cage is doing work, I suppose. Alright, we gotta play Crusher here. Simba. All of this will be yours. Yeah, I think spoiling Hamlet or The Lion King is not really under the umbrella of what can be considered a spoiler anymore. Alright, I mean, we're basically just praying this cage is good enough. Our clock is anemically slow. We're just going to pray that they have all rituals and run up past in flames and can't do anything. Spoiler law is 7 years? That's insane. I'm super anti-spoiler. I have banned people from my stream forever for spoiling movies. Or at least threatened to. And 7 years is absurd. A live action Lion King? With like real lions? Like, what do you mean? Like, there's no people in the Lion King, right? Oh God, here we go. Oh no! Oh, no! Well, I thought we were dead, so I slammed the F6 button, but then they just said go. So we missed a few points here, I'm not gonna lie. We're going to kill Baral, though. I mean, Jungle Book has human characters in it, right? Yeah, pretty stinky F6 there, but I just assumed there was no chance he were alive, so. Waka Waka. I don't think it really matters too much. Like, it feels like they're either locked out or not, you know? Remand my Searing Blaze. So before they get to draw 2 cards, I'm actually going to Searing Blaze again. Because we have to do it anyway. I might as well not let them draw 2 and find another remand. So. Yeah, but the main character in the Jungle Book is a person. What would live action The Lion King even be? Oh my god, they have another remand? Oh, they have gifts. Okay. So after Miss League, we're currently 2-1 in Miss League. We have another donation bonus league. It's a Sultai mid-range deck for Food Lion. That's coming up next. Deck has 4 Tower Strikers in it. I'm in love. Okay. Value gifts for Gifts, Manamorphose, Visions, Slight. You want to give them Slight and Manamorphose. People in lion suits. I've seen Lion King on Broadway. I have not. Burning Manamorphose there is kind of weird. Just like burning it. Red Devotion. It's something I may try. Are we dead? Oh god. Oh god. Shakespeare time. Oh no. Grape Shot. Okay. Mini Grape Shot. Well, we draw a land, we're happy. We draw a spell, we're happy. Draw a Skred. I'll take it. I'll play. King Lear. King Lear's up next. I don't remember the plot of King Lear. It's been a while since I've read these plays. I remember liking King Lear, but I don't really remember it. Thoughts on Titan Shift in Modern? I think it's fine. I think that deck's always fine. It's not great, but it's fine. So now we have a little bit of dyssynergy here in that with Crusher in play, we will never draw a land for Searing Blaze. Which is annoying. Lions and people see something like that. But they only have 4 cards in hand. We're 15, and the cage is still there. I'm actually feeling pretty good about this game. We are somehow going to beat Storm twice, I think. Which is pretty wild. I want to read Shakespeare, but we're going to like win somehow. Macbeth. I like Macbeth. Serum just goes bottom top, and they are dead on board. So alright, we're going in. We're currently 2-1. For some reason, the MTG bot's just not working at all. Echoing Truth targeting Countryside Crusher. Sure. We're not there yet. We're trying. Blanco asks one of my favorite questions. What are my top travel cities for Magic events? I have a top 3. It's set in stone. At number 3, we have Indianapolis. Was just there. I love Indy. Indy's working its way up, too. Indy is great food. They have a skywalk system, so if it's cold out, you can walk on the inside. The mall is right there for the food court to eat. They have great bars. They have a fun bar like called Punch Bowl Social, like bowling and stuff. Really fun. Indy's number 3. Okay. Number 2 is Fort Worth. Fort Worth is awesome. Great tournament site, great food, great downtown area. They have a underground jazz club that's just awesome. In the middle of a square, there's like a sign pointing to an alleyway that says Fat Cat Jazz Club or whatever. You go down the alleyway, there's an elevator, hit the button and go down 1 floor, and you walk into the year like 1940. It's awesome. Live music all the time, no cover. It's great. Also a great gelato place. Fort Worth is great. But number 1 for me is Columbus, Ohio. Columbus has great convention center, bars and food right there, cheap hotels. The North Market is insane. The North Market is awesome. Great food. It's smaller than the Philadelphia market, the Reading Terminal Market, but everything in the market is insanely good. They have like Indian food, they have Italian, they have a bakery, they have everything. So Columbus also has Melt, my favorite one of my favorite restaurants. They serve like oversized grilled cheese sandwiches with anything you want on them. Melt's insane. I love Melt. So Columbus is number 1 for me. Last time we were in Columbus, me and Nicole went to a Columbus Blue Jackets game because the stadium is right there. Super fun game. So Columbus is 1, Fort Worth is 2, and Indianapolis is 3. I've been to Montreal. It was a long time ago, though. I don't remember it very well. Okay. Serum Visions goes top. Definitely a chance we can die next turn, which means it's Cage time. So we're going to rip off Cage and Lavamancer, and our clock is not very fast, but we're once again just going to lean on Cage, hope we don't die. Columbus is great. I love it. Nicole comes once in a while. When she can, you know. Obviously, we have John at home and stuff, and it's not always ideal, but it's looking like we're going to go to Grand Prix Orlando next weekend. We were actually planning a Disney trip as for John, because John's pretty sad we're not moving yet, and we were planning that. Are we dead? No way. I didn't have one ready. I didn't think we were going to die this turn. Winter's Tale. King Henry. King Richard II. That has is that Falstaff? King John. Comedy of Errors. King Henry. No! Couldn't find any Shakespeare fast enough. Okay, so they have a bunch of goblins. Which is not good for us, but yeah, it's probably unbeatable, actually. 10 goblins. We have 10, 7, 5, 3. Alright, we're just going to play Lavamancer and take 11 damage or whatever and just hope we draw a bolt and kill them. We have Bomat Courier too. We're not dead yet. We are not dead yet. And we're going to bolt them now, so we don't lose priority for our Lavamancer. We're not dead yet. Yeah, Storm again, I know. All we need to draw is a bolt. And we win. So yes, so Nicole and I are going to be in Orlando. We're going to have John, so Nicole's not going to play. We were planning on going to Disney anyway. And it just so happened I saw like Emma Handy tweeted on Twitter about the GP, and I was like, oh shit, was a GP in Orlando this weekend? Or next weekend? We're literally planning on going to Disney at that time. So we're going to go down and yeah, it should be cool. How does Bolt win? Because we have 6 damage right here, and then they die because they're at 9. Sweet. Yeah, if you're gonna be in Orlando, raise your hand in chat and come say hi. This Courier is gonna put the cards in our graveyard for the Lavamancers. Hopefully, it finds us a bolt. No, that's not a bolt. All right. Fetch. We got 3 shots at it. We're pretty live for being pretty dead. I have no idea what I'm playing of a GP, no. I just realized I was going like yesterday. Haven't played any standard at all. Big money. You punted. You gave us a chance to win. Should have done this earlier. We're drawing live, my friends. 3 looks at Lightning Bolt. Can I get some preemptive upstairs in chat, please? I want preemptive upstairs. Here we go. It's funny we do lose our Lavamancers here, but it doesn't even matter. Oh, never mind. We already discarded. I need your upstairs energy. We got 3 looks at a lightning bolt here. Come on! Ah. Alright, we're dead. I mean, the fact that we were even live in that game is pretty cool. They just like echoing truth our Lavamancers on their turn we can never win. So they gave us outs, and we tried. Kaz asks, what days do I do donation bonus leagues? Whenever I stream. If you're just tuning in, welcome to the stream. We're now 2 and 2. This is a donation bonus league for just Wiggles. Donation bonus leagues are sorry. Please use the form in chat after donating. So yeah, I got a new form to fill out. Basically, you fill out the form with your information, and then I'll email you to find a good time. We'll work together on it and find a good time for you. Cool? Cool? Cool. 3-2 Dream is alive. Let's go. We're going to go 3-2 here. 2-0 start. Lost the last 2. Don't think this deck can actually beat Mardu Pyromancer, and we almost beat Storm. Almost. So close. $50 ain't too much. All right. I'm now upping the price of donation bonus leagues to $100 because World Wake thinks that $50 is not enough. So there you go. Sorry, everyone. Thank World Wake. We're playing Sultai mid-range for Food Lion after this. Do I like any other literature aside from Shakespeare? I mean, some stuff. Some of my favorite stuff was I like Mary Shelley's Frankenstein and Mortal Immortal. Yeah, I mean, as far as like literary stuff, not a ton of stuff. This hand's great. Keep. Aether Vial. Humans? Alright, so they have the Vial. We have the Stromkirk Noble and the Searing Blaze. Let's get our Noble going here. Blood Moon will obviously be very good too. So will Searing Blaze. Courier doesn't look great here, but could be Spirits too. Sure, it could be Spirits too. The boot. The boot. Nice Stromkirk Noble. For those who don't know, Stromkirk Noble has the text, Stromkirk Noble cannot be blocked by humans, specifically. So, Mize. This is humans' worst matchup. We have a lot of tools. I mean, a lot of our creatures kind of suck, but we have a lot of Skreds and Blood Moons and Searing Blazes and stuff. Our Couriers do look quite bad, though. I'm not gonna lie. They have Vial, so our Blood Moon is not lights out, but yes, Reflector Mage can still bounce it, which I'm sure will happen this game. Speak of a devil. Swaz, thanks for watching, my friend. Oh no, the Bugler. Sound the Horn of Gondor. Meddling Mage. They do know that they do know our hand, so probably name a Blood Moon here. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's like a little awkward, but still got this Stromkirk Noble. Bomat Courier looks real bad. I do think Chain Whirler should definitely be in this next sideboard. Conoclast, what's up, my friend? Welcome. All my YouTube friends. How's it going? I mean, I already can't cast it, so you can have it. Stromkirk Noble is gotta go the distance here, which it may. Top card, Lightning Bolts. I think I actually So Lightning Bolt doesn't really open up any good attacks because we attack with Crusher. They can triple block, and I don't want to lose this Crusher. So Lightning Bolt opens up Bomat Courier. It doesn't really matter, honestly. It opens up Searing Blaze. The problem is we're never going to draw land because Countryside, Crusher, and Searing Blaze don't work very well together. So in that case, maybe trading off the Crusher is actually not bad. However weird as that sounds. We like trade Crusher with the Meddling Mage on Bomat Courier, just cast the Couriers. We get our Searing Blaze back and go from there. We can Courier into land too. We can't cast it right now, but yeah, I'm just gonna attack. I think we're all in on Stromkirk Noble. What's up, Neil? Okay, so this is what we assume is going to happen. This is fine. Noble's doing the work here that needs to be done. Like, if they can't find Reflector Mage, the Noble kills them in what? 3 turns? 2 turns? Deals 4, then 5, then 6. That's 15. Second Aether Vial, not what you're looking for. They're out of gas. They're out of gas. Okay. Well, now they could have Thalia's Lieutenant, which would kind of suck. Obviously, the obvious block is put Kari, Zeb, and Courier in front of this Meddling Mage. If they have a Thalia's Lieutenant, it's pretty bad for us. We could bolt the Mage in response to keep our creatures. We could bolt the Bugler so we can attack with our Bomat Couriers. I guess we're going to lose a Courier if we do that. Just block. We get the Blaze back. We need to get a land for it to be on. We have to actually draw land, which is not, the easiest thing to do. Looks like they don't have it, so this is fine. I'm actually pretty happy with this. Trading a Courier for a Meddling Mage. That was dope. Now we're kicking it. I didn't need to fetch. I don't know why I did that. I kind of just misclicked, whatever. Light him up. Party. So our opponent's hand was pretty bad, and we're taking advantage. Ha 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 ha. Reflector Mage or Busto. We broke the format. Coming to a Pro Tour near you. Stromkirk Noble. Why is it like playing Boris Reckoner? Boris Reckoner's not very good. It's like okay. I think Chain Whirler might be better, like in a vacuum. But alright, so we're gonna want the Abrades. And Dismember seems a little sketch. We probably want to cut our Couriers on the draw, especially. So we need one more card to bring in. I don't love this Dismember. I don't want Smash. I don't want Droplet. I don't want Shattering Spree. Yeah, it's just Dismember, I guess. It's not great, but we have a lot of removal in Blood Moon. If you want to be humans, playing a ton of removal spells and playing Blood Moon is not a bad way to do it. So, Isochron Scepter? Don't get me started on Isochron Scepter. I love me some Isochron Scepter, alright? Love that card. I forget that card's legal. Like, all the time. Because the card's just so good. His hand's, like, pretty bad, but just got 2 removal spells and a Crusher. I think we're just going to keep it. It's not good, but I'm scared of Mulligan. I'm a coward. Coward. Yeah, Ice Scepter was like one of the best cards in Extended, like 10 years ago. Like there were like Tog Scepter decks, Scepter Chant decks. Like you could put a counterspell or a Fire and Ice on a Scepter, and you were rolled up. It's fine. His hand is basically looking to kill creature, play Crusher, and then just let Crusher go all the way. And just draw, once we play Crusher, you always draw spells too, so. No 2-drop. They mulligan, they keep 7, they kept 7. Hello, friend. Oh, you can't put Fire Ice on a Scepter anymore? Oh, man, that makes me really sad. Fire Ice on a Scepter was so good. Oh. The Bugle? The Bugle is very good against our hand. The Horn of Gondor is effective. Noble Hierarch? That's a whiff. Okay. We're going to cast the fear is they have Phantasmal Image, which seems pretty likely. So if I try and bolt the Bugler, it gets imaged. But we're casting Crusher anyway, probably. I'm going to untap and draw and see what I draw. Fetch land's not bad. Let's attack and see what happens. Well, Gondor calls for aid. I've almost said that a few times. That's not accurate to the Horn of Gondor. You don't blow the Horn of Gondor to call for aid. Boromir blows the Horn of Gondor to call Gondor itself, right? They have the image. Okay, so we're gonna not let this happen, which kind of sucks, but we want this Stromkirk Noble, right? Like our hand's just all removal spells. All right. It's also like a waste of their image, I feel like. I bet the image would be much better as a Bugler. The beacons are lit. So now we get to there's your Noble, sure. I guess the Horn of Gondor is being used to call for aid. Alright. They're meddling maging here. I'm going to Lightning Bolt this Bugler. It's going to attack me. I don't want them to copy it. Bolt's an obvious name. We're just going for it. Shadowfax. Show them the meaning of haste. Searing Blaze. Alright. They seem to be somewhat out of cards, which is good for us. That's pretty good too. Alright. We're going to just cast our Crusher first because I want to be able to fetch with Crusher in play. And I may need to cast one of these cards in combat, so... That's true. Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart are Magneto and Professor X, or Gandalf and Captain Picard are both noted Shakespearean actors. Kessig Malcontents? That's fine. I don't like this. More bugling? We got some work to do here. Yeah, I don't know how Kessig Malcontents is still in your deck. Oh man, Direfleet Daredevil is actually the nut. That's so sick. Now they can kill our Noble. That's so unfair. They found the answer. Tilt. Yeah, this is just weird deck building. A, this card shouldn't be in your deck, period. B, this card should not be in your deck post sideboard against a removal heavy deck. Which is bad. We're going to kill it because I don't want to take too much damage with Dismember. Taking 4 is a lot here with their pretty wide board and my Dismember, so we're in a bit of trouble here. That Stromkirk Noble was a big part of our plan. Blood Moon? Like, they have vials of Blood Moon, like, isn't even good. This is going to be tough. Yeah. What can Countryside Crusher do against such reckless hate? I think we're Mordor in this scenario, honestly. Tilt! We're also never drawing a land. So you cannot play Searing Blaze and Crusher in the same deck. I'm sorry. That's not how it's going to work. I don't know what to do here. Like, we 2, 4, 6. Kind of like have to attack. And then I guess we'll... Actually, that's kind of fine. We attack. We can Skred the Meddling Mage, Searing Blaze the Daredevil. It's not ideal, but... Blood Moon basically worthless in this scenario. Skred? Searing Blaze. We're drawing a spell next turn because you only draw spells with Crusher in play. We're at 8. It's not that bad. Oh my god, another Direfleet Daredevil? Dismember? Oh no! Direfleet Daredevil's so good against us. They can even not play 4. They could have paid for it. They could have paid mana for it. They're paying life for no reason. I think we're dead. I think we're dead, folks. Daredevil wins the day. Oh, God. Alright. Alright, that was embarrassing. Yeah, still fine. They can pay mana, because Direfully Daredevil says you can pay any mana of any color to cast the cards. So you just tap black. Tap any color for black or whatever. One land. Yeah, to give us a Lavamancer, for God's sakes. We gotta mulligan this. We have to keep, but it's terrible. Dragonlord? I don't want to bottom a spell, but Dragonlord just seems... I guess they only have Reflector Mage to deal with it. Yeah, the band's basically done at this point. I mean, Brian's super busy. I'm super busy. It is what it is, you know? I'm going to top it. It's so lame. We're on the play. Like, maybe we can get it to be big and kill them with it. Ooh. Canopy's nice. Means they probably have no other lands. So they probably have no other lands in their hand, which is good. Unless they have Canopy also. I guess they had the one Seeker on Coast. Turn 2 Bugle. Oh, that's bad. Phantasmal Image? Ugh. Ooh, okay. Well, there's the Noble. Don't really have a great attack here, but we can think in for 1. Yeah, I like Bandcamp. Bandcamp's pretty sweet. Thanks, Smith. It does feel a little bit like we're playing a cube deck against a modern deck right now. If they have 0 copies of Reflector Mage this game, I think we have a reasonable chance to win. Otherwise, I think we're in trouble. Thanks, Best. I appreciate that. And I appreciate the notion, too. I think that I agree with you strongly. People, if you admire somebody, better go ahead tell them. People never get the flowers while they can still smell them. You know? Ooh. Interesting. I agree. I think that people don't often enough say, hey, I really like what you're doing. As a musician who's played tons of shows, happens all the time. You play a show. I've been to shows. I watched a band, like, that band's really, really cool. And then I leave. And I never tell them. And they never have any idea. You know? So, okay, drawing Dismember here is kind of nice. Obviously, we can kill the Figure of Destiny and make it so our Stromkirk Noble can attack. We can level some stuff up here. I guess we don't have great attacks, but it's still good. Donation Bonus League. This is Skred Aggro for Just Wiggles. We're 2-2 in our last match here. We're going to kill the Figure. And then we're going to make some levels. Unfortunately, we can't attack with either Dragonlord or Figure, but want to get our Noble online. And then next turn, we can pump up both these to levels that are attackable and go from there. So we're not going to win a long game here. They have 6 cards in hand. They have all spells in their hand. Our goal here is to simply kill them as fast as possible. Sweet, Tyrone. Donut, I respect that. Being a sub also does that, yes. I agree. Ooh. Alright. I mean, we're going to have a flying creature, an unblockable creature, and a 4/4. Draw 2 more lands. You can make this an 8/8 too. This is not a great race for us, though. Man, where were you like 3 turns ago, friend? What's up, Kryn? Alright, so Noble and Dragonlord get in. Looks like Figure and Kari's ever on chumping duties, honestly. We're putting them on Reflector Mage or Bust, so it is what it is. Burnsy's great. Burnsy, you're famous. They love you. No Reflector Mage, please. Hold. No Reflector Mage, Burnsy. Dragonlord on chump duty? Are you insane? We have lethal. No! Why do they always have it? We still might be okay. We still get 2 chumps, and this thing they scooped. I didn't think they weren't dead on board. We were 1 short of killing them on board. So sweet, Mize. Okay. Okay, cool. They were at 6. We had 3 through the unblockable guy and 2 through Lavamancer. So they weren't dead on board, right? Noble plus Pyromancer. Oh, they were 5? They tapped the mana for the Reflector Mage, right? Okay, sorry. Right. So they were at 6 going into the turn. Correct. Sweet. So, Stromkirk Noble, unbeatable. So, let's talk about this deck. We went 3-2. We lost to Storm, and we lost to Mardu Pyromancer. As I said in the beginning of the stream, I think this deck is a little confused. I think that we're half a burn deck and half a Skred deck, and I don't like where the 2 intersect. There's some anti-synergies among the cards in the deck as a whole, and then I think that we're just strategically a worse burn deck and a worse Blue Moon deck. But there are some upsides too. Definitely a lot more power than your usual burn deck. The biggest things are, I don't think you can play Blood Moon, Fetch lands. Alright, so we have Fetch lands and Blood Moon are terrible with Skred. Skred was not very good either way. And then Countryside Crusher and Searing Blaze also can't be played together. So we have some pretty awkward synergies here where things just don't work together all the time. Crusher wasn't bad. Like, I didn't hate it. But the Skreds might have been better just as shocks a lot of the time. We had multiple points where our opponent was at 5 and our hand was Bolt Skred. And we killed multiple creatures that had 2 or less toughness. I'm not saying you should play Shock. I'm just saying that it's a count against the card Skred. So I don't even know if the Skred part of the deck is necessary. I think playing like an aggro red deck that's a little bigger than Burn and also a Blood Moon deck is actually pretty cool. I think Lavamancer's insane right now. I'd probably play 4. I think Lavamancer's awesome. Noble wasn't bad. I actually didn't mind Noble at all. Bomat Courier was a little eh. And Figure of Destiny was a little eh. Kari Zev was fine. I think that a fun way to build this deck would be to play a Devotion theme. Nykthos seems really, really good with Kargan Dragonlord and Figure of Destiny. Goblin Chainwheeler on the board. Maybe Boros Reckoner. Burning Tree Emissary. To give you a little more of like a faster draw. So like, I think that we could go in that direction, but there's definitely some cross problems happening here that need to be fixed regardless. And whatever direction you go in, I may build a Devotion deck for the stream just for funsies. It sounds kind of fun, but yeah, I think that playing aggro cards with Blood Moon is nice though. It's just hard to figure out the right ones. Dragonlord is really slow. It's powerful, but it's slow. So it's good like in your fair matchups, like we just played against humans and they couldn't remove it, which is cool. But against like a deck like Storm, it was just a Grizzly Bear, you know? 4 Eidolon on the board, no question. Need some Planeswalkers either in the board or in the main deck to beat the slower decks. But yeah, definitely a fun deck. Again, there's some problems that can be worked out. What direction to go, I'm not really sure. But overall, it's very, very fun. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Our next deck is going to be Sultai midrange for Hero Line, right? Food Line, sorry. That's going to be this deck right here coming up. So we'll see that in a second. 4 trackers. But if you're watching on YouTube, thanks for watching. And make sure you follow the channel. The stream will continue. The YouTube video will not. Donation bonus leagues are open. Don't be shy. $50. I'll play your deck on stream. Information is in the actual text box of the stream there. So that's it for the video, and I'll see you guys next time.